Hi. Alright, man. So, here is the saga of, I think, right around my 19th birthday, 2001. I think I've probably told you this story, but it's fun to get it out there on YouTube. Learn from this lesson, kids. Alright. So, there I am, a young fucking Marine. You know, I got my t-shirt tucked into my jeans. I got my backpack. I probably have, some USMC 762 shirt on. No, actually it wasn't. It was one of those Hot Topic Dragon shirts, the button-up ones. That are like silky, fucking gay. Anyway, go out now on town on Liberty on a Friday night. It's gonna be a good fucking night. It's payday weekend. And I'm absolutely certain that I'm gonna have a great time. I found out about this rave club that was in downtown Honolulu and Waikiki area, and I was gonna go check this place out. I think this fucking club probably changed ownership like every 3 months or so. Shit never had the same name. Never. You'd go there, a couple of months later, you'd go back, and it would be a different name. It would be a different owner, different genre of music, every 3 fucking months. Anyway, get out there, get to the club, pay the bouncer $20 so I can get a bracelet so I can drink. Go upstairs into the club. They got their rave music. There's people doing their fucking glow light stick shit. It's like fucking, the beat is pounding, fucking bass. Fucking chicks out there with their fucking visor hats on doing the. And so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get a Jack and Coke at the bar. I go, and I see this really pretty, like, blonde girl out there on the dance floor. I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna go dance with that bitch. Maybe I can get in the bed with her. Real weird night. Went out, danced with that girl for a little bit. We seem to like each other. She's probably stoned out of her fucking mind, obviously, if she likes me. Sorry, no, that's not true. If she likes a fucking 18-year-old boot or 19-year-old fucking boot Marine, she is on drugs. Plain and simple. Anyway, yeah, I went to the bathroom. And this guy follows me in, and I could have swore this motherfucker was a Marine. His hair looked exactly like mine. And he's got the low reg. That's what I got my hair cut like. I still get my hair cut like a fucking Marine because I'm a faggot. Anyway, this dude follows me into the bathroom, right? I'm taking a piss at the urinal. He takes the fucking urinal right next to me and starts taking a piss, and he's like, hey, you want to buy some acid? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm a fucking Marine. I'm not buying no goddamn acid. I don't do drugs. And he's like, oh, okay. So I go and wash my hands. There's only one sink. He stands right behind me. He's like, hey, you want to buy some acid? I'm like, no, dude, leave me the fuck alone. If you fucking ask me that one more time, I'm going to fucking tell the ownership about this. He's like, oh, okay. Don't, I'm sorry, dude, I'll leave you alone. I'm like, what the fuck? Who just, like, randomly walks up to a guy in a bar and, asks him to buy fucking drugs twice, especially after telling them, no, dude, I'm a fucking Marine. I'm not buying drugs. You know who does? CID. Yeah. Okay. How do I know that dude was CID? Because, like, 4 months later, he showed up in our company as a new join. Lance Corporal from Recon Battalion. Anyway. Get back on the dance floor, fucking dancing, doing my shit, fucking, and having fun with this girl, getting to talk a little bit. Like I knew what her name was, and I think I knew that she was like American. So we had established a pretty solid fucking relationship. This club had this little weird room. You had the bar, you had the dance floor. You had like benches and stuff like that to sit on, but then it had this little room that had a couch and like a 15-inch TV. And we go and sit on the couch. And I'm like, hey, can I get you a drink? Do you want a drink? And she's like, yeah, get me some fucking fruity, weird fucking shit. I'm like, okay, so I leave my drink there on this little, like, end table that's right in between the couch and the TV. Like a coffee table, but it's, a fucking end table. And I go and I buy this girl her drink. I come back, and she's sitting there on the couch, and I give her a drink, and I sit down next to her, and I start drinking mine. And we watched some fucking shit on the TV. It was like Nickelodeon or something, fucking ravers. So, I want to be a kid. I want to suck on a pacifier that's made out of ecstasy. Anyway, I sit down next to her, and we start watching the show. About 15-20 minutes later, everything starts to just feel good. The fucking shitty vomit fucking stained couch felt real smooth. It was like, oh, I'm like petting butter. I started to really feel good. Colors, sounds, the TV, it was all kind of beautiful and radiant, and everything felt really fucking good. And, the girl, she's putting her hand on my hand. I'm just, oh my God, your hand is so soft. Like, oh, it's like the softest thing I've ever felt in my life. And, next thing I know, she climbs up on top of me. We start making out. And, we fucked right there on the couch. No condom. Nothing. Fucked right there on the couch, right? After we were done, she got up and walked off and started dancing again. I was just like sitting there like, God, dude, this is like so weird. Like, how could this happen? Everything feels so good. Some girl just fucked me on a couch in a bar/club. This is the fucking Friday. This is the payday weekend. But it's late, and I really am tired. I really don't feel so good. So I'm like, okay, I'm getting out of here. I spent all my money at the bar, so I have to take a bus back home, and I only have like $2. But luckily here on Hawaii, you can literally ride the bus from Honolulu all the way around the island for $1. $1. The 55 or the 56 go all the way around the island for $1. And people pay fucking like $100 to take a tour fucking bus. Why? You people are fucking stupid. Talk to Mario if you want to know how to get around Hawaii on the cheap. Because me and my wife are always broke because we pay too much money for this house. Thank God we have this house. Anyway, back to the story. I'm like, okay, I need to take the bus. So for some reason, I walk all the way the fuck down to the Ala Moana Mall, which is like a mile and a half away. When there's like a bus stop a quarter of a mile down the street. I walk to the Ala Moana Mall. I'm really not thinking straight. I'm drunk and I'm not feeling good, which I think most of you people will probably know that I was under the influence of a controlled substance. I didn't really realize that at the moment. Anyway, I fall asleep on the park bench, and fucking precursor to, about a month and a half later, the last video. And I wake up and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. The buses aren't going to start showing up for probably another couple of hours. And this dude is honking his horn. Hey, brother, you want a ride? You need a ride. You a Marine? You going back to the Marine base? I'm like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Green Ford Taurus, probably a 1999 green Ford Taurus. I go up to the door and open up the door. I look in the car and it is fucking spotless. I mean, like, straight detailed as fuck. Like, cleaner than a rental car. Like, clean as fuck. And the first thing that goes into my mind is, this dude's gay. But I'm not a fucking homophobe. So I'm like, okay, the dude's gay. He's got a clean car. a really clean car. I don't give a fuck. The dude's offered me a ride. He seems like a cool guy. I appreciate the ride. I don't want to sleep on the park bench for another 3 hours. So I'm taking the ride. I get in the car. He's like, "Hey, brother, you can put your seat back. You know, put your seatbelt on. Put your seat back. I wake you up when we get down to the base." I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm thinking I'm not really feeling comfortable. I appreciate the ride, but I'm not really feeling comfortable enough to fall asleep in a stranger's car, especially when it's that clean. I'm not saying gay people are predators. I am not saying that at all. Gay people are respectable people, just like people are. They want to form relationships, establish loving relationships, and be intimate with the people that they find attractive and the people that they love. But I just felt like it's not a good idea to fall asleep in a guy's car who I assume is probably gay. I'm drunk, and he wants me to sleep in his car. I'm not comfortable with that. So I was like, "No, bro, I got it. Just drive. We can talk, whatever." He's like, "Okay, good." So we're going up over the Poly, which is a little highway that runs from Honolulu to Kailua, which is the town next in front of the base. And we're making small talk. I'm telling him about stuff, and we take a detour. Or once we come over the Poly, we make that left over by where the college is, and we head down and we get on the H3, which is probably 3 miles from the front gate of the base. All the whole time, I've noticed that this guy's hand, he's at, what is that, 10 and 2, like a good driver, which now it's fucking 9 and 3, because of airbags, whatever. He's at 10 and 2 when we first start driving. His hand goes down to his knee, his hand goes between his thigh and the console, his hand goes to the fucking emergency brake, his hand ends up between my chair and the console, and as we're driving up to base, where the overlook is, as you're coming into base, he pulls up into the overlook, or into the lookout, and I'm like, fuck. We're a good solid mile from base, and this guy's gonna fuck me out here. He's gonna fucking kill me right here. Well, he wasn't gonna kill me per se, I don't think. His hand goes from between my thigh and the console, and he reaches over pretty close to my little ding, and I'm getting scared, and he says, "Look, brah, I gave you a ride, and you're gonna hang out with me for a couple hours. You got that?" And I'm like, "No, bro, I can't do that. I gotta get back to base. I got an Alphas inspection on a Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. "Why?" He's like, "No, bro, you don't understand. I gave you a ride. Now you're gonna play with me for a couple hours, okay?" For some reason, he turns away from me, and he's reaching for something. Maybe it was the lock on the door. The lock on my door was unlocked. And as soon as he turns, I don't know what made me do this, but I hit the ejection button on my seatbelt, I ripped it off, and as I ripped it off, I came back, and I punched this dude in the neck, it's this side. I punched this dude into the right side of his neck, and he was fucking fat. He was fucking fat as fuck. I'm not kidding, 300 pounds fat. This dude was huge. His fucking hands were they were like that. I got small hands. I got those little baby hands, but this dude's fucking hands were fucking huge. And trust me, I know they were on my fucking thigh. And I punched this dude in the side of the neck, and my hand literally squishes into his neck. I hit that bitch as hard as I could, and he's just like, "Oh!" I fucking opened the door, and I book ass. I fucking book ass. I have never, ever, ever, ever fucking ran that fast in my entire... I dead sprinted an entire fucking mile, and I am not fucking kidding. I dead sprinted from the overlook, the little off-ramp lookout over the bay, through the fucking front gate. I ran through the fucking front gate. The sergeant who was at the guard shack with the fucking poor boot lance corporal who's checking IDs. The sergeant fucking tackles me. He tackles me almost in front of the fucking the visitor center, the visitor office where you get your passes. This dude fucking tackles me hard as fuck. I go down, and he's like, "Who the fuck are you?" And I'm like, I'm a fucking Lance Corporal. I was a PFC. I'm PFC in Volley 607018. And so he's fucking, who the fuck are you? I got my wallet right here, Sergeant. I pull out my wallet. I give him my fucking ID. And he's like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? I was gonna get raped!" I had fucking memorized the dude's fucking license plate because as I was running off, he drove down. He drove down, and I think he made that, the right off into Kailua. And I memorized the plates, and I kept spitting off the fucking license plate. He's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Shut the fuck up, you fucking boot." "Hi, Sergeant." And, he's like, "All right, who are you with?" I'm like, "Bravo 13, Sergeant." He's like, "Oh. Okay. Just go the fuck back to your barracks. I swear to God, if I fucking see you on base, I'm gonna fuck you up. You fucking got that?" And I'm like, "Yes, Sergeant." I'm crying. So I fucking walked back to the barracks, and I lay down in bed, and I woke Morris and Mata up at, 4 in the morning. And Mata, you guys remember Mata? He was fucking grumpy and old and had his little gimp limp and walked around with his dick in a cup when he got it circumcised wearing Okie. And he was just all, "Wow, what are you doing here, you fucking idiot? Fucking..." I'm like, "I'll talk to you tomorrow, Mata." But, so I learned 2 valuable lessons that night. At least. Let's say I learned 3 valuable lessons that night. 1, don't go to clubs. Just don't go to clubs. 2, don't have unprotected sex with girls that you meet in clubs. You guys remember that same time when we went to PTA in the video I was talking about last, how I had that horrible fucking ringworm infection around my shit? You guys remember that? That's what I got it from. That is where I got that from. I think I told some of you. You probably didn't believe me. I swear to God, that is where I got that from. So yeah, don't sleep with girls that you meet in clubs at the club while you're high on whatever the fuck that she put in your drink. 3, don't take rides from strangers. I swear to God, don't fucking take rides from strangers. Because I was lucky that guy probably couldn't have chased me. But I tell you what, I hadn't been that scared ever in my life. Ever. Traumatic fucking experience. And I'm not making light of people who have been sexually assaulted. I don't really consider that sexual assault. What happened to me, I'm not making light of that at all. I'm making light of my experience. So, that's my story about one crazy payday weekend, Friday. So, take it or leave it. Learn your lesson from me or not. But if you don't, I don't want to hear about it.